Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie and I'm so excited to be giving you a tour of Finli today. As a quick refresher, Finli is an integrated receivables and digital back office solution that financial institutions can offer their small business banking customers. We support financial institutions in a couple different ways, but we're primarily focused on helping them to expand their digital service offering for small businesses, drive small business deposits, as well as improve lending decisions and get access to real-time insights about all of their business banking customers. So what I'm going to be showing you today is a quick overview of that, white labeled back office solution for small businesses. And then I'm also going to show you the other side of our portal, which is our partner portal, where these financial institutions can get access to all of those real-time insights about how their small businesses are actually doing on a day-to-day, operational basis. So what you're looking at behind me is the small business platform. And there's not a lot of information here right now because this business has just gotten started. But as you can see, this portal is branded to ABC Bank, and this is completely customizable for the financial institutions that we work with. But pretty much in under 24 hours without any integrations required, you as a financial institution are able to spin up an entire digital suite of financial tools that really address your small business customers' most pressing needs. And before I get too far, into what the solution actually does, as a reminder, we do support businesses really of all sizes, anywhere from a solopreneur, consultant who's running their own shop to a large, national landscaping company that has multiple trucks and is supporting, customers across the country. So really, we've built the platform to be industry agnostic and able to support teams of all sizes. And kind of our rule of thumb here is once a business is ready to invest in, a more in-depth industry specific tool, that might be when they graduate from Finli. But up until that point, we really help them with everything that they need to collect payments from customers, send out invoices, send out quotes, track inventory, track their customers, do basic reporting. All of that is able to be managed within our platform. And so that's really what you see over on the left-hand side here. Again, this is that small business dashboard. They get access to two different ways to collect payments through our platform: pay by links, which kind of operate similar to a Venmo profile or a PayPal profile, where a customer can come in here and add their custom amount that they want to pay a business, make a payment with either ACH or credit card, include a little note and send that off to the business. They'll automatically get a receipt. They can even set this up as a recurring, weekly or monthly payment, or even donation if they are a nonprofit or organization that collects donations. This link is pretty customizable, so a business can, change their name, and they can easily share this with their customers through either email or SMS, or they can download and print out a QR code that they could post on their website or post on flyers that they can easily collect payments from customers. The other way of collecting payments through our platform is through our invoicing feature, which is pretty in-depth and at the same time very easy for a small business to use. They come in here, add a customer or even multiple customers if they want to send out a batch invoice. They can go ahead and set this as either one-time or recurring invoice. Choose when they want it to be sent out, add all of their different items to the invoice here. They can customize any of these or add discounts and surcharges, move them around. They can also collect tax on these invoices as well. So if there's a state or federal tax that they are needing to process and account for, they can do that here as well. We give the business the ability to manage all of their communication preferences, so they can notify customers of this invoice through either email or SMS. They can CC recipients or turn off notifications altogether, but we give them the flexibility to choose how they want to communicate this, required payment with their customers, and even add a note here as well. And so you can see in a matter of 30 seconds here, we've got a professional looking invoice over on the right-hand side that we can go ahead and issue to our customer and immediately collect payment on, which then will be settled into our bank account with your financial institution. Once that invoice is sent, you can see over on the right-hand side here, we've got a history of everything that's going on with this invoice. And for a customer, for this business's customer, the invoice will look a little something like this. So when I come onto this link, again, maybe I've received this either through email or SMS, or maybe the link's been sent to me on another document, I'll be able to click in here and either make a payment on this invoice with a bank account, ACH transfer, or through a credit card, both of which payments will flow directly into this business's connected bank account with your financial institution. But as that business's customer, I can set up auto payments. So anytime this business sends me an invoice, I'm automatically paying it on time. I can schedule these payments. I can easily access the invoice or access my receipts for my records, and I'll get notifications about this invoice being due until I submit this payment. So the platform is really helping small businesses stay on top of their receivables and make sure that they're following up on past due payments and getting paid on time and when they're supposed to. If the business, for whatever reason, is collecting those payments outside of Finli, they can also log offline payments. So whether that's through Venmo or cash or check, they can keep track of how those offline payments are being collected right here on this invoice. And your financial institution will have access to be able to see where that deposit leakage might be taking place if they're collecting payments through Venmo and those balances aren't making it into your institution. But either way, we give the business the ability to track those payments, send receipts, and again, really just stay on top of their receivables as a business. The other piece of this is our, estimates, our quoting process. It functions very similarly to the invoicing experience. So you're able to add a customer, add the different items to that quote that you're giving them an estimate for, any discounts, surcharges, taxes, etc., and go ahead and send that out so that you can make sure that you're staying on top of your estimates, staying on top of new business. And when Olivia goes ahead and approves that quote, we can automatically convert it into an invoice that then is ready to go ahead and collect payment. When those payments come into the platform, the small business will have the ability to really manage all of the different information about those payments. They'll be able to view the taxes, if there were any processing fees associated or if any refunds were issued. They can also easily send receipts or download receipts, and also manage refunds within our system as well. So we're really just streamlining this payment process from start to finish for a small business. They're also getting the benefit They are also getting the benefit of a full CRM built into our system as well. So they can easily view all of their customers in one place, see if their customers are on auto pay or if they are, delinquent on any payments, or maybe there's been a couple invoices. Terry has quite a few that he's been sent that he hasn't made payment for yet. You can also view any outstanding quotes or any recurring invoices that are repeating on, a monthly basis in this example. We also have the ability to store all of Terry's contact information. We can organize, our customers with tags and set their tax status. We can also keep track of any specific projects that we're working on for customers and organize those within invoices, as well as securely store documents and attachments and any notes. And all of this is collaborative. So the platform supports multiple users. Again, if you are a landscaping company with 20 trucks and employees across the country, you could be collaborating on this platform and working side by side. Within our pricing section, we give businesses the ability to also track inventory as well. So they are able to keep, the quantity on hand that they have of any physical items. They can also set a reorder point. So once we drop below the reorder point, we'll automatically get a notification and this low stock will be called out during the invoicing and quoting process. So we can make sure we're not selling products that we don't have. So this is really giving small businesses an easy to use tool that's all baked into the invoicing process. So when I send out a quote or invoice for a light bulb, that'll automatically deduct from my quantity on hand and everything's just updated together. A lot of these small businesses have tons of different tools that they're currently using to kind of support this basic workflow that I've just shown you. And none of those systems talk to each other. And so that's not really that helpful. But with this one platform, you're able to offer your customers invoicing, payment processing, CRM, tax management, inventory management, basic reporting, all of it within one simple to use solution. They can also manage multiple different businesses. They can have multiple different team members in here and really just get a snapshot of how their business is performing, over whatever time period it makes sense for them. So there's a lot that's baked into this tool. It's really easy to use for a small business, and you as a financial institution are really able to make sure that you're helping these small businesses solve their day-to-day, operational challenges. And at the same time, you're getting the benefit of all of those deposits flowing directly into your institution. And of course, the other piece of this, which is having access to all of the insights about how they're actually performing as a business and doing on a day-to-day basis, which is what your financial institution has access to through the other side of our platform. So this is our partner portal. What you see behind me, this is what financial institution can get access to your bankers and relationship managers, where they can come in here and get an understanding of what's actually going on within their small business customers' business, and what's happening on a day-to-day basis. So these insights are not based on connections to accounting systems that haven't been updated since last quarter or last year. They're certainly not stale financial statements. These are based on real-time actions and first-party data that's happening within our system, so that you can understand, how much inventory your customers have left, what their AR aging looks like, what the quality of their customer base is, real insights that you can leverage to supplement lending or underwriting decisions, identify cross-sell and upsell opportunities, and again, ultimately just strengthen your relationships with these customers. So we'll go over quickly what some of these insights look like. We also can always pull custom reports for you. This is kind of what things look like out of the box. So keep that in mind. But within this business's individual reporting tab, you're able to get a pretty good understanding of how this business is performing this year, last month, on the payments that they're collecting, what the breakdown is between invoicing versus pay by link payments, how much they're processing in refunds, how many of their customers are on auto pay, what the breakdown is between one-time bills versus recurring, and of course their payment mix. If there's any deposit leakage that might be happening here because balances are sitting in Venmo or PayPal that aren't making it into your institution, we can find that through the reporting tab. We can also get an overview of how the customer is doing as far as AR aging goes. So if they have a lot of customers that haven't paid them in a little while, maybe there's an opportunity there to give them a short-term line of credit. You can get a pretty good sense of what's actually going on within their business here and how much they have outstanding. We can also take a look into their customer quality, so who their top customers are, what their average payments amount are, how much they're processing on a monthly, annual basis, and again, kind of breaking down that AR aging by those specific customers, so we can kind of dig a little bit deeper into what's happening here. And then also for businesses that are tracking inventory, we can get a sense of how much quantity they have on hand, what their products are selling for, how much they're selling for, and how much they're selling. And, if they're getting close to their reorder point, maybe there's an opportunity to say, oh, they're running low on a bunch of different stock. Maybe we can give them a short-term loan or line of credit so that they can replenish inventory. There's a lot of opportunities within this to really dig into what the individual needs of this business might be and how you as a financial institution can support them better. So quick overview here of some of that reporting. Again, this is just out of the box. So we're able to pull custom reports on really anything that's happening within our platform. And that is data that your financial institution owns, that you have access to when a business chooses to sign up for Finli through your bank or credit union. There's a whole lot more good stuff in this dashboard. You're able to, create teams and break down, put businesses on each of those teams. We have access to team reporting. You're able to view all of the payments that are coming into your financial institution, what payment methods, your customers are typically using, where, again, any deposit leakage might be happening. You can view every single deposit that's coming in. And you can also get an overview of all of the businesses that you are currently supporting, what they're doing as far as processing each month, where they are in the process of signing up for Finli. You can also invite businesses from right within the dashboard. And again, just kind of get an overview of how your businesses are interacting with the system and how they're doing. So as you can imagine, this is a pretty powerful tool that you can give your bankers access to. And ultimately, this in conjunction with the digital tools that you're providing for small businesses is just a really excellent way to improve your small business strategy, make sure that you are capturing as many small business deposits as possible, as well as revenue from other sources as well. So yeah, that's kind of a quick overview of both the small business portal and also the partner portal. Of course, if you have any more specific questions, we'd be happy to set up a more in-depth demo with our sales team. So feel free to submit the contact form on our website at finli.com, and that will get you routed to our sales team, who would be happy to set up some more time to walk through the platform with you and get a better understanding of how this might be able to support your financial institution and your strategy for this year.